What's up, guys? Tim in the North, back with some more AoE2 ranked matches. Today we are playing as the Turks, which was not intentional at all. I had like a string of games where it wasn't picking civs from the custom setup that I had. It was just kind of picking random civs on me. And this was one of those games. I'm not familiar with the Turks, so this is kind of going in blind here. I'm playing Helen. I have played this person before, a couple months ago, back on Huboob. And the only reason I know that is because I write the games down that I want to review after playing them. So I'll play like a string of games, and then I'll write down the ones that I want to come back to and possibly upload. And Helen, I typed in, and I had a match, like I said, in Huboob about 2 months ago. It was a pretty good fight in different areas of it. Eventually, it should have ended a little bit sooner than it did, but overall, it was a good match. I would say Helen is actually a pretty good matchup for me. So it's not like either one of us is one side. I am going to speed this up a little bit. But Helen is playing as Spanish. I tend to not do well against Spanish, I don't think. I feel like it's kind of always been a little bit of an Achilles heel. The conks just end up wrecking me. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. It's been a few days since I obviously know the outcome or whatever, but it's been a few days since I've played this game, and I've played a bunch in between then and now, so here we are. I'm trying to get to an early stable here. This map is a bit of a struggle for me. The wood is always rough to plan around early on, and I had an unfortunate positioning of hunt. Maybe other people are better with it than I am. I mean, I know other people are better than I am, but when there's like an obstacle like this between the town center, they always get stuck on things, and they just, it's the worst. But anyhow, my opponent is doing better at running their TC than me. Both of us have idle time, but better than I am. Also pushing in hunt, so that's going to give them advantage. I did click up to Feudal Age. I wish it was Castle Age. Feudal Age already. And I'm getting a barracks down now. And I think I end up being a little bit late with the stable coming in. 150. Because I also need to get a house down as well. I've eaten up all my animals, moving everybody to berries. Yeah, here comes the house. Immediately put 4 on gold. Yeah, and I'm not ready for the stable yet. Right now the stable should be coming down, but didn't plan out wood well enough. Like I said, it's something I'm still trying to learn on this map. I'm trying to harass my opponent just a little bit. I do move these geese out of the way. They didn't want to grab them. I'm already throwing farms. Down. There's a stable. Okay. So we'll get one of those queued up as soon as I get enough food. There it is. And at some point, I will probably make my journey down here to a stronger wood line. I think I was eyeing this up over here just because there's gold and pretty solid grouping of trees. My opponent's walling up. Probably a little bit easier to wall their side than mine. Just a lot of open. Yeah, because they have a forward batch of trees. So mine's a little bit more open in the front, so need a forward wall. But getting my scouts ready. 3, go. And I'm looking at this as I'm going too. I'm trying to eye up where I want to drop a town center. I'm usually late with getting town centers in, but I'm playing this map for whatever reason. Not a great exchange for me there. Didn't pick up any kills. Also lost all two of my three scouts, so not a great exchange. Wish I could have taken this back, but again, solid walling for my opponent, right? Letting the inside of the wall be right at the town center's range, so it's much harder to attack and keep a town center idled. Opponent's gonna sneak in here, checking out what I got. Gonna harass these vills. Obviously not gonna get a pick here because there's a very large grouping of vills there. Probably not the best for me right now, just because wood has been a little bit of a struggle. I am caught up with farms. I am at 13 farms, about to go up the castle age here. My opponent's already clicked up. I've moved down here to this wood. My opponent's also opted to drop a mill down here to get the hunt. So my opponent was on the ball with grabbing hunt this game. They took the hunt from their base, unlike me, and they're also grabbing it here early into, or going into castle age. So props to them. I am considering a town center right around here. I also am considering hunt at this point just because I did miss out, and I'm a little bit, I was wood starved, and I'm going to struggle keeping farms up here just because, like I said, I feel very exposed. It's a wide opening here. For, you know, half of my base, literally half of my base is open. It's in the front too, so great for me. Opponent's dropping a town center right where the mill is. I'm dropping mine right where the hunt is on my side. So pretty even positioning here from my opponent, myself. I am trying to queue up some knights. Also grabbing bone saw. There we go. Just barely pulled that one off. We're light cav now. 4 HP. In a dream. So I'm gonna try to do another raid here now that I have the knights. Drop them off up here. Still looking around as well. My opponent did have a gap here. Took advantage of that. Still didn't get a kill though. Just not enough damage. Probably should have grabbed the forging upgrade at some point. This is not going to be a good exchange for me either. As I said, I don't have any upgrades. My opponent does, but I don't. So 3 knights versus a bunch of vills and all that stuff. Oh, also, did I just lose eco here? Where did I lose that at? Oh my god. It's time for bed. These are kills for me, and I'm... Jesus, okay. My apologies there. I picked up 6 kills, so it's not the worst exchange. I did lose all of my knights though, so there's that unfortunate situation. My bad. I'm doing this just a little bit before midnight on a Friday. The week has worn me down. But we're gonna get through this one. We're gonna get through it. I've opted to throw in some camels just because I have seen knights on the field now. Gonna idle my town center. This is really gonna mess with my eco. But fortunately, I do have 2 town centers down here, so I'm not completely shut down, but I'm not in great shape either. I did just lose, wow, 10, 12? Okay, I'm also picking up, hold on. I should probably put this at normal game speed here. There's a couple things to check out, obviously. Yeah. So, I'm getting raided down here. We have a lot of eco death happen here in like 20 seconds. So 8-1. Opponent's raiding me with 6 knights here. I'm going in with 5 of my own cavalry. They're yeah, gonna sneak in here, get some kills. I am heavily focused over here, trying to micro as much of this as possible. But I'm getting kills, my opponent's getting kills, so pretty even exchange here. Obviously, his knights are not in too much danger. They're padded quite well. I still am struggling with upgrades. I'm just now grabbing the armor upgrade for my cav, but it's already a little too late for that though, right? I think I do probably mop up some. Oh, I think I got, yeah, 5. Started out with 6, so yeah, not great for me. My opponent has enough for a castle right now, and that's what these vills are likely coming in for. I'm still over here just attacking this. I've set them to this structure while I try to mess around with things. I did want to grab this relic, getting a little extra gold, and there's a castle by my opponent. I'm like, hey, maybe if I convert a vill, they can fight for me, but also stop building a castle. I'm gonna end up with a monk. But I do still have some vills in the town center. It takes some damage. Oh wow, I just hit the microphone. My apologies. Yeah, I'm out of it, aren't I? Anyway, hopefully I can get through this video without messing up too much. So yeah, I figured my opponent doesn't have murder holes yet, right? So I could probably just attack underneath the castle, but it looks like no, he doesn't have murder holes. So this town center is now in danger. I set these under the castle for now. These are still attacking this building. I do know that I'm keeping villagers idle, so that's why I have them parked here. This guy, this petard's gonna come out. He is going to... Wow, he got one of my camels. Okay. So more vills coming out. This is a lot. This is a heavy commitment to this castle right here. I'm not coming off because that just means I'm going to get hit by this castle anyway. But I guess I would have been out of range of that, right? So smarter move would have been to have run up the hill. I probably would have lost 2 camels maybe on the way up there, but I definitely would have taken out a lot of vills. That would have definitely given me some hope. So I'm gonna pull these off. I'm gonna send them this direction, but at least I'm idling some eco here. I am trying to get more units back up to here, because I know that, you know, there's exposed eco at some level. I've abandoned this town center. This castle is now working on my monastery. Also, here comes the conquistadors. My arch nemesis, right? Anyway.
Aimed it?
These guys are still on wood, still on chopper. I've set these underneath the town center. I just now have iron casting come in. Yeah, I've looked away from this and I'm trying to micro over here. So they're attacking this town center. The worst part about it is that the conquistadors are shooting over there. So yeah, idling this TC. This one, oh, this is idled as well. A lot of idled eco going on here. These guys are dumb. Between 2 castles and 2 conquistadors, it's they got nothing. I have opted for some rams. I was thinking about this when I had military on the field. I don't really have anything right now. These guys are parked over here, so this probably doesn't even make it to the castle, does it? It's gonna make there. It'll take a hit. There we go. We got 1 shot in there. Oh, those vills on stone, living their best life. I'm still harassing up here, so this had value. I've obviously looked away, or I probably would have came over here and targeted this vill. But currently 27 eco kills for myself, 22 for my opponents. We've both done a pretty poor job at keeping the town centers running, and my opponent is going for a death kill, a death blow right here, because I have nothing. I have nothing up here. I've forgotten these, I assume. Oh, I'm trying to build another town center on this gold, and I wanted to use a new town center so I can get more vills out on the field, and also something to just hide my vills when I get raided. So this is going to be bad here. Yeah, and okay, I just now decided to do something about it too. All right. These guys are chilling. They finished up all that stone. 19 bills. They are moving over here to drop another castle. Jesus, 3 castles. This siege workshop is definitely going to be going down. I've decided to address this, or found my units eventually. They're coming over here to try to protect the bills as well. Grabbing Botkin arrow. This, I would have assumed he already had Botkin arrow for the damage the castles were doing. Jesus. So I'm mopping up some bills here. This castle got rejected for the time being, but the conquistadors, again, they're not going to allow this to go on for long. I think I've given up on the Rams at this point. Yeah. Monastery goes down and more vills are going back to work. So this castle will in fact go up. I am sending another raid here, it looks like. And the conquistadors have just been on me the entire game, so these knights will find their grave now. So trying to get some military here. I think I'm at these trees are shot, and I see this, and I know that I'm gonna have to move to another area. I've lost the center of the map, so I gotta make a new landing zone, and I've opted to drop a town center right here. On the stone, some wood. It's a better wood line than what's left here. This is going to be idle for quite a bit. I do have a Vill lead, 83-68, and I'm also clicking up the imp because I need to get rid of these castles, even though I don't have a castle of my own. But that's why I've moved the town center to the stone. My opponent is now taking more stone. Jesus. Is there a way for me to see? There probably is. I was gonna say there's got to be a way for me to see how much of each resource has been collected, but I know I can look at the end of the match. More exposed vills. This will take my opponent down a little bit further, even though, you know, stone's not really improving his economy or anything. It does allow for more production buildings, but stone is stone. 2 rams on here, so I didn't give up the dream for siege weapons, but they're dead because there's 11 conquistadors here. I'm trying to send knights in to defend what I can here, but smart move of my opponent to garrison, pop out the other end, and finish off my units. So, big brain play there. I have 5 knights. It's not looking good. My opponent has like a 600 point lead. It's largely because of the castles. I am debating tapping out at this point. If it wasn't for being in imp right now, I probably would have tapped. I am dropping a castle because I need to get trebuchets out on the field. So more knights gonna get mopped up here. As I said, I need to stabilize something. I've lost the center of the arena here, so I am going to put some stables up here, and I'm moving these vills back here to this wood line to try and get something going here. I need to start pumping out units, even if it's just, you know, to absorb shots and be meat shields. I need to get something. But Burst Treb comes out. I feel pretty comfortable here though, right? Because I have castle protection. I did grab Bach and Arrow. I have 2 town centers that I can rely on. So this isn't the safest place for my opponent to come into. I'm not paying attention to this, obviously. I do get one garrison in. This castle is in danger of going down. I only have one Treb out in the fields because I only have enough for one at this point in time. I do have some vills on wood up there. Also up here, almost all of my wood is coming here, so a lot of bumping and slowing each other down. Not a very efficient wood line. Don't tell Hera, please. Opponent is repairing this castle, and they have plenty of stone to do it. I know that I need to get these down, right? Because this is going to be a disaster, and I know because I didn't see it happen until the results had already played out. But yeah, I need to get this down because more conquistadors will be out in the fields, and this is what's protecting all of my opponent's land, right? Going through the castles. I probably could have raided around, but there's so much pressure coming from my opponent. I need to be able to clean up where the pressure is before I can really do anything. So yeah, these guys was just 40 kills. Where are they gonna? I'll keep them highlighted for now. I am dropping another castle over here. I want to get more trebs and kind of a pinch here. I did manage to take this castle down, and as you can see, all of my military's here, and these conquistadors had just free range of everything up there. 49 kills. And like I said, I didn't know it was happening when it was happening. I realized it happened after I was like, hey, where's all my wood at? I have one vill on wood? What is going on? And then I went up there and I was like, oh, they've all been murdered. So yeah, my intention was here. I wanted to raid as many of the villagers that were in the middle of the arena and try to get these castles down. So 3 trebs. I'm gonna run out of wood for farm soon. Not looking good, but I do have the military advantage. The conks are just wiping me up though. 50, we're going for 60 kills. Just completely mopping, and I redirected here. See, their rally point was somewhere here, and I did select them and send them in here. So another castle will go down. This is actually the, what, 3rd castle, I think, at this point. So, hawks are just destroying me here. They're running around. They're trying to find a way out to protect their vills over here. Another castle being dropped by my opponent. They have found this castle here. This has been an interesting fight. I can't say this is a solid performance for myself for sure, but it's looking better at least. I have the point lead now. I have trebs on the field, which is the biggest impact. But I've lost 81 vills, and 55 of them are probably to economy's 45. Jesus. Oh man, that's brutal. So raiding here, trying to clean up as many vills as possible, because I don't know what's going on up here. I haven't been here in a while. For all I know, he could be all around the perimeter of the map. I'm trying to get these castles down, but I know my score is you know, in the lead, but I also know that that's largely because I've killed castles at this point. So I'm just trying to destroy anything I can here, because I don't want to get raided back here again, as I'm trying to rebuild my economy back here. I'm trying to build this, send people to wood. I'm not balanced at all. These conquistadors are still going, dude. Still going. It says 46 now, but you gotta remember we're 47. Some of them have died, but they've absolutely murdered my eco. I'm down to 67 vills. I'm still making vills though, at least. I'm kind of out of food to keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 town centers running though. These guys will not stop. 55. I'm gonna have 100 100 build deaths by the end of this, but my opponent has lost track of this castle, I guess. They're over here microing everything. They were over here microing everything. So I'm gonna catch up in eco kills here. Trebbing down houses. I'm getting ready to move these up here because I see my opponent didn't tap out with the castle, so I'm just like, what does he still have? 59 kills with these, but like I said, we already know some of these had died. And they're coming in for more. They're thirsty for blood. I've got 25 just with the Tussar. More. We're up to 65. We both have 100 eco kills. That's wild. Yeah, this got completely mopped up. He was probably waiting for me to come here and address this before tapping out, but I was trying to just get whatever I could because I didn't know what was left. After the castles went down, I was like, there's got to be something hiding that I'm not ready for. There's got to be another surprise in the bag, right? But this is about over. These Conquistador will be finished off here. They got up to 72 kills. So, yeah, that's what my opponent was waiting for, was for those units to die. Absolutely insane. 230 eco kills that game. That was an interesting one. I was super stressed out during it. All those castles in the middle. I almost tapped out a few times, but in the end did manage to pull off. But hats off to Helen. Second time that I know that I've played you. I know a couple other people I've played it multiple times. But yeah, it was a fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. That's going to do it for me for now. Feel free to like, comment, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed to the channel. See you all in the next one. Peace.